Good. Exercise 5, question number 2. So here once again I've been given a parabola and a straight line, and I need to understand what they're trying to tell me. So once again, A and B is my x-intercept, C is my y-intercept, and I can work it out using my theory. The first question, determine the coordinates of A and B. So A and B, what do I know about A and B? They are my x-intercepts, so I'm going to make y 0. So I have minus x squared plus 7x plus 8 equal to 0. Once again, I don't like working with negatives. Well, a negative x squared. I'm going to move everything. It's going to be a quadratic equation, which means I need to factorize it. Minus 8 plus 1. So x is equal to 8 and x is equal to minus 1. Now looking at my graph, interpreting what my graph is telling me, A is to the left of my y-axis, so A will be the negative value. B is to the right of my y-axis, so B will take up the 8. So that's question 2.1. Now they're asking me to find the x-coordinate of D. Now what is D? D is one of 2 points of intersection. So D, 2.2 points of intersection. What do I know what happens at points of intersection? It means that at that point, both graphs are equal. Right. I'm seeing a negative again. I'm going to move the x squared over. If the 7x moves over, it becomes minus 7x, so that's negative 10x. 8 goes over, it becomes minus, so, and that is then equal to 16. Oh, right, quadratic equation. That means I can factorize 16 minus 8 minus 2. X is 8 or x is 2. Now x is 8 is point B. We've already seen that. That means D will take the 2. Now they didn't ask me for the y-coordinate, but what will I do if I had to work out the y-coordinate? In this point, I know that D is either on the straight line or the parabola. If I have the x value, I can work out the y value by substituting in, and I always use the straight line because it's so much easier. Minus 6 plus 24, and that is going to be a positive 18. So if they had to ask me to work out the entire point D's coordinates, I would do that. Right. So that is 2.2. 2.3, they want me to determine the length of ST in terms of x. Now, why do they say in terms of x? Because I don't have the coordinates for t, and they don't give me enough information to get the coordinates of t, and I don't have the coordinates of s. What I do know is that S is a point on the parabola, and I do know that T is a point on the straight line. What I also know is that if I did have the value of S, I would look at the Y value And t, I would look at the y value, and then I would say top minus bottom. But now that I don't have the actual value, I just going to write this, top minus bottom. The y value of the parabola is minus x squared plus 7x plus 8. The y value, and remember your brackets please, of my straight line is minus 3x plus 24. So when I work this out, I get minus x squared, a minus and a minus is a plus, so 7 plus 3 is 10x, and then a minus and a plus is a minus, so 8 minus 24 is minus 16. So the length of ST in terms of x is x squared plus 10x minus 16, and that's all they wanted. 2.4, they say, find the value of x if the length ST is 5. So instead of having length of ST, I now have 5. So 5 must equal minus x squared plus 10x minus 16, which means I'm going to move everything to the right. That's minus 10x minus 16 will become plus 16. That means it's 21 equals to 0. That means I can factorize 21, so 7 and 3. Okay, so x is 7 or x is 3. So the value will be 5 if it's placed at 7 or 3. Okay, because of symmetry. Somewhere there's symmetry. So if that line moves the same distance from the middle, I will have the same length. That's 2.4. 2.5 is calculate the maximum length of ST. That means if I can put it in here, ST I know is minus x squared plus 10x minus 16. If I can work out the x value, I can get the y value, which is the length of ST. Y represents the length of ST. So, how can I work out an x value here? How can I get that? Not just the turning point can be done or worked out by using minus b over 2a. I can use it to find the x coordinate of that specific point. So minus 10 over minus 1, no, I'm lying, minus 10 over 2 times minus 1, apologies for that, gives me minus 10 over minus 2, which is 5. So my x coordinate there will be 5. Right, that means y, which is the length of ST, will then be minus 5 squared plus 10 times 5 minus 16. And if you put that into your calculator, you will get an answer of 9 units. And that is 2.5. I hope you understood.